Well, hello sports fans, this is the Dog H. Weber with another special edition of Weber on Sports Express here on FingerLakes1.com. Hope you had a great weekend. Hey, kudos to the area football teams that have amassed a record of 3-0 so far, through 3 games obviously. The Lions, Marcus Whitman, the Wayne Eagles, and how about those Fighting DeSales Saints? First time DeSales has gone 3-0 since the 88-89 campaign when, ironically, their head coach Larry Guerri was a member of that 88-89 roster. Keep on playing great. Well, I don't know about you. Brad Jones may have a different view. I know Jimmy's been talking about it, being an SU grad. But I think it was a brilliant move by SU and Pittsburgh to say goodbye to the Big East and join the ACC. Why is that? To me, it's more visibility, better TV contract, lots more cash. And I understand all you SU fans, and even I get excited about SU Georgetown, SU Villanova, SU Connecticut at the Dome with some 34,000 screaming fans. But how about SU Duke? How about SU North Carolina? Got some potential. I think it's a brilliant move. Of course, the Big East, with this move, might be named the Little East. And God only knows what could happen to that conference. It may be called the No East. Time will tell. Well, the Finger Lakes Impact football team who's had a superb year, only losing to Troy in the Battle of the Unbeatens a couple of weeks ago. Well, they're getting ready. I know Penny and Jeff Teed, the owners of the Finger Lakes Impact, are getting ready for their All-Star Showcase game coming up this Saturday night at the Tom Coughlin Stadium in Waterloo. Gates open at 5 o'clock. Introductions of all the All-Stars at 6:40, and the game will start at 7 o'clock. I plan on being there, God willing, looking forward to seeing the All-Stars. Penny and Jeff Teed have done a spectacular job, and I understand that 22 members of the Impact team have made the All-Star game. Well, Notre Dame, I give kudos to the Irish. They finally broke their 0-2 streak, beating Michigan State quite handily at South Bend this past week. Why did Notre Dame win? Well, I named Kenny Two Pennies Haas as the new leprechaun. Kenny Two Pennies brought some magic, which was much needed, to South Bend and the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. Notre Dame next up against Pittsburgh, who blew a 20-point lead against Iowa. Well, the NFL, how about Kansas City? Kansas City, here I come. Let me tell you something, folks. Kansas City gives up 89 points in 2 games. Maybe that's why Kansas City is known for great steaks and not so much for NFL football. Well, you have to wonder about Minnesota's quarterback, Syracuse grad Donovan McNabb. He was on the sidelines last year as disgruntled by the Redskins, gets traded to Minnesota. I thought it'd be a good marriage. How long will Donovan McNabb last in Minnesota? Minnesota loses to lowly Tampa Bay a day ago. And of course, if you watch the Eagles and the Falcons, you may be dancing in the streets if you're a Falcon fan. Don't get too excited from the dog. There's no way Atlanta beats Philly if Michael Vick is on the field. You know, I know that I'm right about that. And you know something, folks? Tony Romo's taken a lot of heat for being a choker for the Dallas Cowboys. Give the guy credit. Bruised rib comes back, leads the Cowboys from a 10-point deficit to beat the 49ers on the West Coast. And yes, you Bills fans came back miraculously to beat my Raiders. And I swore to Jim Senecropi and to you, the viewer, that when the Bills did something right and start off at 2-0, that I would look into this camera and give them credit. I am sorry about picking on the Buffalo Bills. They are a fine football team, and they're going to make it all the way to the playoffs, breaking an 11-year streak. How's that for you, Bills fans? And of course, Major League Baseball with 10 or 12 left, depending on what team you are. There's really a couple of battles going on. The Red Sox, could they be gagging? Only 2 up for the wild card spot as the unbelievable Tampa Bay team makes a late rally. Hang on, you Red Sox fans, especially my buddy Buford Jones. Could they blow it? Time will tell. And of course, there's still excitement, I guess. The Angels still trailing the Rangers of Texas by some 3 to 4 games in that situation. Well, you know something, folks? I got to be honest with you. There's a lot to talk about in the world of golf. Justin Rose wins the very, very lucrative playoff yesterday as he came down the stretch with some outstanding play. You got to give him credit. And what's all this malarkey about the phenom girl on the LPGA Tour, Lexi Thompson, 16? Michael Wang, the commissioner, has not given her membership on the LPGA because they got some stupid archaic rule that says you got to be 18. Let me tell you this, folks. She just won the Navistar over the weekend. She beat the best field compiled by the LPGA, second in driving distance, hitting it out there about 330. Give the girl credit. I don't care if she's 7. If she's got game to compete against the Suzanne Petersons, the Christy Kerrs, the Michelle Wees, the Yanni Sangs, let her play on the LPGA. She's got game. She picked up $195,000 and she's not a member. Now they're going to have to petition to get her membership. If they don't allow her in as a member, take them to court. I believe a judge anywhere in the country will rule in favor of Lexi Thompson. What a phenom. And we need great American lady golfers. I'm personally getting tired of watching and looking at the breakdown every Monday morning about the LPGA when you read about names like Kung Soo Fee, Mommy Nu. I don't care about that. Let's get some American golfers. We haven't had a player of the year on the LPGA Tour since 1994. It's time for great American blood. Why not a 16-year-old phenom? She's got game. And to all the hags and the ladies that are complaining, get $20 and go get yourself 5 buckets of balls. Improve or get off the tour. Come on, Lexi. I hope they make her a member. She's got phenomenal golf game. Well, you know, I spend a lot of time on this show talking about the person or the persons of the week. Let's talk about the persons of the week, and I'm spotlighting this. This is a picture. Now, what is this picture? Let me tell you something. This picture is the Mehoff Brothers bowling team. And if you look at this picture very carefully, you will see 5 individuals. I call them men. They are tax-paying citizens. But let's go and take a look at who this is. Matt Laughlin, contractor, pays taxes. To his left, Johnny Mack, Johnny McDougal. He's a paver for AAA Paving Company. To his left, little Davy J. Cox. He works for a company in Lyons, New York. And then, of course, the ringleader, my man, Beam the Scotty, Scotty the Beam Man, owner of Lizard's Tailgater Lounge up in Waterloo. He is the leader of the pack. The real captain of the bowling team is a young man right here, the G-Man, David G., whose lifelong dream is to hook up with June the Swoon, and that was accomplished. Now, this picture of these 5 individuals with mullets and these stupid cones on their head, don't start thinking of the rumors that are circulating through the Finger Lakes as this picture has made it on the internet. Number 1, it is false to think that these 5 came across the border from Colombia when a drug deal went bad. Not true. Number 2, rumors circulating that these 5 were spotted 4 miles from a psychiatric ward outside of Maryland. Not true. These 5, also, point 3, were not left behind by the Barnum and Bailey circus leaving Syracuse. These are the Mehoff Brothers bowling team who bowls every Monday night, tonight, over at Starlight Lanes in Auburn. Hilarious. Name another bowling team, folks, that has a tailgating party on opening night of bowling. I was fortunate enough to be invited last week. A little trouble with one of the girls, but thank God for Sam French who figured it out. They had clams, hots, hamburgers, salad, relish tray. And by the way, some of the old timers that don't like their look and they're screaming and they're carrying on, get a life. The Mehoff Brothers are here to stay. They're my buddies, and they are the persons of the week. Well, folks, coming up on the Dog and Paulie podcast, coming up this Wednesday, we bring the owners of Zuzu's in for yours truly and Paul Hellstrom to grill for an hour. And, of course, we're talking about Sunshine and Jeremy Peoples. Check us out this coming Wednesday. As usual, folks, it's a slice. Take care, everybody. That's a look at sports my way.